Imagine minding your own business, taking a stroll through your local neighborhood, and boom, a puddle comes out of nowhere and attacks your foot.
It was flooding, there was flood warnings. It was really, really bad.
And by the time you notice, it's too late. You caught the fact. What?
Part of me knew that was gonna happen. That's why I immediately came home and showered.
Hello America, this is YouTube Incorporated taking you into the wonderful world of Amberlynn, who gained weight from merely stepping into a small puddle. Welcome to Gorl World.
Gorl World, we're not girls, we are Gorls. Soda pop, fountain, chicken nuggets make us swirl. Gorl World, where we eat Doritos and cheese. Don't listen to the haters, cause we do as we please.
Okay, audience question. You've stepped into a puddle before, right? And then just like that, you gained weight, right? Whoever that has happened to, please step forward. Oh yeah, because you guys are not in Gorl World. And I haven't been into Gorl World for months.
I was gonna get a side salad.
Girl, no you were not. But when I heard that the newest excuse as to why girly pop is like this is now due to a damn puddle, I was intrigued to see what's going on in here. This is a new discovery and mama wants to learn. You know, it wasn't the multiple trips to Wendy's.
I'm currently gonna be eating Wendy's.
It wasn't the mound of sausage on her plate.
I haven't yet tried it, so I'm like,
Shoot, you know, I would be more inclined to accept that she gained weight from smelling a Subway sandwich. But a puddle? I have never heard fat by puddle. Also, before we start, let's give a big fat tap on the booty cheeks to my new researcher, Hannah, for getting all the clips for me and breaking down this story, because I really was not in the mood to decipher through Amber's loud eating, consistent rambling, and her loud eating this week.
Chef's kiss.
Oh my gosh, I have never heard of fat by puddle, but have you heard of death by loud eating? It's a real thing, it happens. So everyone say thank you to Hannah and let's see what's going on in Gorl World. I'm scared.
Gorl World, we're not girls, we are Gorls.
So whenever I make an Amberlynn Reid Gorl World video, I will get one Amberlynn lover, fangirl, all about Amber's #1 fan, in my comment section telling me, well, Michelle, she's not a weight loss channel anymore, so she can do this whatever she wants. I don't know why you're critiquing her.
My scale is broke.
So I had to say this in the beginning, she is not a weight loss channel anymore. She is a lot more than that, okay? She's not all about losing weight. She gives people how to eat tutorials.
So how I usually eat a chicken nugget from McDonald's.
So for the people who want to remind me that she's not a weight loss channel anymore, I just have to say it's a little confusing when she posts videos like, I feel so defeated, weigh in episode 5. There were 5 episodes before this. I am very late to this non-weight loss channel.
Goal was to follow a meal plan for 5 days out of 7, and I did not do that.
Oh, it's probably just because she was so dedicated on showing people how to eat chicken nuggets.
All of the out bits are off, and then I throw this piece away.
So Amber gives us the rundown of her whole plan. She was going to really increase her vegetables and really increase the fiber intake.
I wanted to have a huge veggie plate every single day for lunch, and I did not succeed in all 5 days.
And I have to say, you're probably gonna be mad at me for 1 second that, of course she failed that. Okay, of course she failed it hard. You know what? I would have failed that. There's no way, one, I'm going to eat a plate of vegetables and nothing else. Because that just sounds absolutely horrible. I do not care what you people say in the comment section, that you just love the taste of vegetables and it just tastes so earthy. That's cool. If something's gonna taste earthy, I just kind of want to mask it with some sort of meat, or at least mashed potatoes. And I might not be the size of Amber, but I'm sure I had the same palate as she did. McDonald's.
Her 2 most favorite things in the world, chicken nuggets from McDonald's and ice cream.
And she still has that mindset. The fact that she went so extreme with the food that I've seen that she eats before, I kind of just knew that she would fail this. And it's no wonder that she swapped carrot sticks out for some pizza in her ranch.
So my favorite snack is carrots.
You do not have to lie and pretend you like vegetables. I am first to say that I don't love vegetables, but I found ways to enjoy them, okay? Fat people, thin people, muscular people, this is a safe space. If you don't like vegetables, it's okay to realize you don't like it.
Ranch but I didn't have carrots. I had this pizza.
Okay, we were all on your side for a second, Amber, but to say I love carrots, but since I don't have those, I'm just gonna get this random pizza that I have right here is a little delusional. Anyway, back to the I feel so defeated. Since she failed the platter of vegetables for lunch, she reconstructs her whole goal.
So my goals for the next week are literally just to win over this like defeat that I feel inside of me. Right now, I literally just feel that defeat feeling. I am having emotions that I feel right before I give up.
Well, you did swap your carrot stick out for a slice of pizza, but to put myself in her shoes,
I'm wearing the wrong shoes and my feet hurt.
I do understand the feeling that she has, but at the same time, she definitely set herself up for failure. There was no way that she was going to stick to having a plate of carrots and other green leafy things like a turtle. She was just doing chicken nugget tutorials.
This is really weird. Just embrace it.
Well, you embraced it, and that's why you're failing at this.
I want to beat the feeling more times than I don't. And then I also want to start drinking 3 water bottles a day instead of just 2.
See, I can get with that. Well, that's a lot better. That's a slow increment. She didn't say I'm going to drink 15 water bottles instead of the 2 that I normally drink. Tiny little goals. You know, like when someone her size says they want to be more mobile, they don't sign themselves up for a 10K marathon the very next day. They take those tiny little steps like Amberlynn did in that parking lot that one time.
Oh, my back hurts.
But she wants to increase her water intake. I think that's great. A lot of people will think that they are hungry when they're really just dehydrated. That's one of my problems that I still will struggle with. And sometimes I'll be like, why am I so freaking hungry? And I will run to McDonald's just like Amberlynn Reid. Okay, look, you understand. And I will be standing right outside of McDonald's, and right before I order a 55-piece chicken nugget, I will all of a sudden remember, oh wait, I did not drink water today.
A few days ago, I'm telling you, it was storming really bad.
Okay, you know what? I think we're at the puddle part now.
It was flooding. There was flood warnings. It was really, really bad. And I was out with my mom, and I didn't realize when I got home that the flood was going to be near me.
Uh-oh, and that puddle was just creeping in, just waiting for an Amberlynn foot.
So to get into my apartment, which was literally the only way to get into my apartment, I had to step and walk in water that literally like went up to the middle of my calf. I was pissed about it, obviously. Like, I have lymphedema and lipedema, and my skin and my body is just really sensitive to things.
Hold up. Is she trying to tie in her lymphedema into this puddle attacking her foot and ankle now?
I sadly woke up the next day with cellulitis. So there's 2 versions of cellulitis.
Okay, we're gonna get a little lesson.
There is version 1, where I get all of like the physical like symptoms. Red, painful, like you can tell there's like a massive infection. But then I also get the shivers, and I get 103 temperature. I am puking profusely.
She didn't explain this to her audience. So many people watching her thought that she meant she got cellulite from stepping into a puddle. So let's do some research on Google. Cellulitis is a common bacterial skin infection that affects the deeper layer of the skin and underlying tissue. It's characterized by redness, swelling, pain, and warmth in the affected area. While cellulitis is not usually contagious, it can become serious if left untreated. Damn, so that's not good. And it's probably not very fun when you're super obese, cannot wash in a very good manner, and then also can barely move. And so puddles are probably very frightening to Amberlynn Reid when you can't reach your feet. But did she gain weight from a puddle?
TMI, I have diarrhea. I can't eat for days on end.
Let's just let her have that one.
And I lose a bunch of weight doing that.
But not that one. When did Amberlynn lose a bunch of weight? Okay, so cellulitis is a real thing. It's a whole thing that can happen. And I'm not gonna doubt that she got cellulitis. I mean, if she's that large walking through a puddle, and then, you know, if she can't clean herself correctly or very efficiently, it's probably not gonna be good because there's folds and everything. We've seen some things on my 600-pound life when you don't clean.
You heard of something called soap and water?
But what people have a problem with, and what I'm kind of like, okay, is that she's blaming the puddle and making it connect to her lymphedema. Am I getting it right, girl? Explain it.
I got cellulitis from walking in the dirty water from the flood, which is really freaking unfortunate. And a part of me like knew that was gonna happen. That's why I immediately came home and showered. But when you have lipedema and lymphedema, like your lymphatic system does not flow the same. So that already makes it to where it's harder to fight infections.
And that's all fine and dandy too. I know there's a lot of things that go with lymphedema and lipedema, which I think she's saying she has both. But from someone who's from the outside looking in, who's not into girl world, there's a lot of emphasis going on here and a lot of explanation as to, oh, I gained weight because of the lymphedema, because of the puddle. Like she just wasn't giving a chicken nugget tutorial.
I usually only eat the skin.
And swapping her carrot sticks for pizza.
And I didn't have ranch, but I had the Cool Ranch Doritos.
It just kind of seems that she's trying to tell her audience, you guys, I gained weight because of a puddle. Not because I decided to make my whole lunch some carrot sticks and some lettuce leaves and pretend that I'm a rabbit and then I failed and I probably binged because I failed that. Because I was just so hungry. It was because of the puddle. And don't worry, I also cleaned myself very well. It's just with this lymphedema that I have, you know, it just happens.
No matter how much you bathe, no matter how much you clean yourself.
But even though she knew or had a very high inkling that she gained weight because of her foot meeting that puddle, she still made sure to weigh herself for her audience because she made a commitment. She couldn't stick to the plate of vegetables, but she can step onto a scale. For now.
But let's just get into it. Last week I was 5'17". This week I am 5'21.6". And it's like, this is such a pointless weigh-in because it's not real weight.
What? How was that not real weight? A few days before she made this post, she was dunking her Arbys sandwich into some Arbys dipping sauce and drinking some type of beverage, giving how to dip sandwiches tutorial.
And then you just dip it. It's honestly so freaking good.
Almost too good. Like too good to pass up and throw off all those vegetables on your plate. Sprint, don't, okay? Metaphorically, and go get yourself one of them instead of your veggies. And not only did Amber eat all that food before she did that weigh-in, 2 days after the weigh-in on April 26th, Girly was eating good. Or in her own words, she had 2 awful days of eating. I have to say, if she's saying it's awful, then it has to be bad because usually she gives herself a lot of grace. So in the video, she's eating frozen breakfast burritos.
So for my first meal, I am just having 2 of these beef and bean green chili burritos.
She's eating cookies, but not the serving size, more than the serving size.
And 3 of them is a serving, but I only have 4 left, so I'm just gonna have all 4.
She's eating pasta, but only 1 serving.
And I'm just gonna have 1 bowl.
No, you didn't, because on the screen it says, ended up having another bowl a couple hours later. Damn it, Amber, why? I will explain the why. Are you noticing a theme in her meals? The frozen burritos, the cookies, the pasta with chicken. Everything lacks protein and super high in refined carbs. All it's gonna do is make her hungry, so it's no wonder that she went back for a second bowl of pasta a couple hours later. There is no way in hell that this big bowl of white macaroni would ever fill me up. I would probably eat the whole pot and still be hungry. And she said she put chicken in it, and I am looking at the most tiniest pieces of chicken. She needs to switch the amount of chicken she has with the amount of pasta she has, and she'll probably be a lot more full and not running back. Hey guys, it's just natural for me to say run, and I know it's not natural for Amber.
My legs hurt really bad and they're swollen for sure.
But just let me say it. So it's no surprise that she is going back to go get more food. And it's a little sad that she's been doing this for so long. And I feel like she knows of what she needs to do, but she's just not doing it because she's addicted to that food. Anyway, that's not the end of the day. So she goes to good old Chick-fil-A and she does not get fried chicken nuggets or chicken strips. She gets the grilled ones. But then she also gets, in her words, the small macaroni because, you know, it's a little too much for her.
I might be fat, but it's even too rich for me.
Guys, let her have it. Well, that's the end of day 1. Now we have day 2.
You guys, welcome to the next day.
Where she eats the same burritos again.
I think they're super tasty.
Then she gets a big old burger, a nice big side of fries, and just a little bit of ranch.
The tiniest bit of ranch.
I'm just curious to know what her little bit of ranch is because to me, back in the day, this would equal a little bit. 2 4 tablespoon tubs of ranch would be a little bit of ranch for me because I could drink that shit.
Look at them eating that garbage. It's disgusting.
But in reality, my calorie counting brain sees this. There's more than 2 tablespoons in each of those. So that's about 4 tablespoons in each. And that's gonna be over 600 calories just in the ranch. So, but to her, she said that she doesn't need the ranch.
Because as you guys know, I'm a gry. What is a gry? A dry girl.
Don't you guys worry though. She had a Diet Coke after. And then she washed that down with a king-size Almond Joy.
I have a massive sweet tooth.
But don't you guys worry.
I have drank 3 water bottles both yesterday and today.
So, she's sticking to it. She's drinking her water.
Water with lower pH balances.
So, you know, it's a step. An Amberlynn step.
My breathing is really bad today.
But it's a step. So at the end of this video, she does a segment now called Food for Thought, where people can ask her questions and she'll actually answer, which, dude, that would scare me if I was Amberlynn. People are just gonna ask you, why the fuck are you fat? But so this time someone asked, was there a moment today that you were about to fall off track, but you stopped yourself? And I thought she was gonna say, well, everything was off track. I just gave up and said, fuck it. But she said this.
So the last 2 days, I think I would just change the things that I was eating. I am allowing moderation, so I am allowed to eat those things, but I wish I would have ate more healthy choices with it.
And I get what she's saying, but what was she gonna add to the burritos to make it healthier? I don't know. I'm not in Amberlynn's head. I don't wanna be. It's frightening in here. I'm surprised she made that a whole segment though, where she answers questions constantly every single episode. I feel like people are just gonna be really rude and then she's gonna cry and threaten to leave YouTube. I'm leaving YouTube and the truth behind how I got cellulitis. Oh, okay, see? Right there. Obviously, she didn't leave. There's like a bunch of more videos the day after she posted that. But let's see. Apparently she lied in the first video about how she got cellulitis from the puddle. So we're not starting off too hot, Amber. Spoiler, she doesn't actually give us the truth about her cellulitis. She just promotes her last video about the puddle.
If you have not seen my weigh-in video, I have cellulitis due to walking in the flood. If you want to hear the whole story and everything that happened, watch my weigh-in video that I posted a few days ago.
I am cracking up a lot because as I go through this video, I'm going through my researcher's notes and she ends up doing an oracle that tells her that she's angry and bitter.
All right, so the first card is salty, bitter, angry, petty.
And that she can change her life if she wants.
You can manifest your every wish.
I'm not into that stuff at all, but even the damn cards know that Amber needs to get off her ass and do something. And she's the only one that can do it.
I'm bitter, bitch.
Where the hell is the quitting though? Where's the quitting YouTube part? Did she lie to me? Oh, notes say that it's in the end, right near the last 30 seconds.
I'm gonna say I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube. I don't know for how long.
It was for 2 days because Amberlynn says she's gonna switch things up drastically.
I'm sure you guys were not expecting that because I said I was gonna take a break from YouTube.
No. I wasn't. You did the title. You said you were gonna quit. In the thumbnail, you looked like you were crying. What type of YouTuber lies about this? None. No one at all. No one would ever lie and put a dramatic thumbnail saying, that's it, I quit. Unless you guys watch this video and, you know, come back. Anyway, she's back and she had a realization, a breakthrough in her brain. Because this whole week of failing the whole veggie platter, gaining weight from a puddle, and of course, the 2 days of eating burritos for breakfast, she remembered when she was on Ozempic and she now wants to get back on that O.
It genuinely made me feel so much better. Like, yes, the side effects suck, but like I was losing weight. I wasn't constantly thinking about food. I hate food.
You know what? I'm done with letting her have it. I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. The way that you're looking at that platter of banana chips, I'm gonna say that you actually really love food. You guys, from fat to skinny to muscular, this is a safe space to say if you really just are obsessed with food. I am.
Like, I get it, I'm fat, but like 50% of the time, it's like, I hate food.
Okay, you know what? I will give her that. Because when you're grading the effort she puts in to her diet and how she needs to lose weight, she seems to give about 50% of a shit. And she literally fails at every diet. So 50% hating it, that checks out. Because I think 50% of the other half, she loves it.
The other 50% of the time, I love food.
See? She hates it when it makes her bigger and she doesn't get a good weigh in. All right, I understand that now. And in this video, she actually loses weight.
Last week, I was 521.6, and this week, I was 514.2.
So she lost a good chunk of weight. The effects from the puddle have worn down, but then instead of stepping into a puddle, she stepped her butt cheeks in a Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
And apparently there was this whole live stream going on about her and Cracker Barrel and that she had 10 or 12 cookies, and it turned into Cracker Barrel Gate. And she had a very long explanation of that in this weigh-in video.
Did you order 5 cookies from Cracker Barrel? So Cookie Gate was happening in my live stream, which I literally just ended my live stream. So that just ended and now we're here. I was so confused confused because people were saying I had 9 cookies and people were saying I had 12 cookies. I was genuinely lost. But I guess it turns out that people saw somewhere that the only way you can order chocolate chip cookies is if you order 5 or 10 at a time. Which before I even found that out, I was trying to explain that the only reason why I had a chocolate chip cookie was because I was trying to get these like beignets. They just looked and sounded so good at the time. But when I went to order it and then the DoorDasher went to go get it, turns out they didn't have those. And I was like, okay.
Anyway, I don't care how many cookies or the explanation that she's giving us about being at Cracker Barrel. All I know is that someone who has a food addiction problem ain't got no business having their butt cheeks at Cracker Barrel. I don't need my ass to be in there. I will eat so many delicious butter biscuits. I can't control myself, and I know Amberlynn won't be able to control herself either. And I don't know what it is about Cracker Barrel, but apparently it told her, Amberlynn, stop counting calories. Just eat the cookies.
I decided in the middle of last week that I will no longer be doing daily weigh-ins because they were messing with my head. I also decided that I will no longer be counting calories.
Hey, if you don't know how many calories are in it, then that means it doesn't exist. Not looking at food labels and looking at the fat content, calorie content, or whatever else will never exist, and that means you'll never have problems with your heart.
So I am going to the hospital because I am having chest pain.
Oh, I forgot. Reality exists. Yeah, so Amberlynn ended up in the hospital due to chest pain.
All right, so update. They've taken my blood, EKG, blood pressure, which when I first got here I was scared, so it was high, but now it's normal.
Oh, thank goodness. Time to go back home and dip some more pizza into ranch flavored Doritos.
I had the Cool Ranch Doritos.
Her diabetes started acting up.
4 is my actual exact number that I always am every time I get this checked. So not even a pre-diabetic.
I'm so sorry, I got that wrong. She is not diabetic, she's not even pre-diabetic, and she even got the answer as to why she can't lose weight. They finally cracked it, she got a diagnosis. It is not just the hypothyroidism. It also has a double whammy. She can't lose weight because she got.
My doctor did confirm, like, your hysterectomy makes it a lot harder to lose weight.
So there you have it, everybody. It's not the fried chicken that she decided to get because KFC cooks their string beans in butter.
They have green beans, I think, but they're made in like butter and everything else.
It's not the constant mukbang.
Hey guys, so I figured I would film a mukbang video. I'm gonna be eating 3 pretty big slices of pizza.
No, 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 darling. The reason it's so hard for her to lose weight, well, it's the thyroid and the hysterectomy. And that's why she belongs in Gorl world.
We're not girls, we are girls.
Time to head into Gorl world. There's abundance of food. Damn, I lost it. Here we have Amber, the star of the show. Dang it! Damn it! We're not girls, we are girls. Soda pop fountain six. People say lose the pound, you're gonna die. But at least I'm having a super fun time.
We're not girls, we are girls. Soda pop, fountain, chicken nuggets make us swirl. Where we eat Doritos and cheese. Don't listen to the haters, 'cause we do as we please.